How's it going, Lone Riders? Today I'm going to talk about which MotoBags are best for you. Last week we launched the MotoBags Rackless system, and since then we've been getting quite a few inquiries on which MotoBags are best for which bike and which situation. So today I'm going to talk about that and show you the difference between the two. So let's just jump into the computer and have a look. On the left here you see our current MotoBags quick release system, and this is a racked version. So this fits BMW R1250s and R1200 racks straight out of the box, but it can be adjusted to pretty much every other rack as long as it's an 18mm rack. There's a system in there to fit to that specific rack, and there's also a fixed system in there too, so we add in all the components needed to make it a fixed attached system as well. So basically this is your go-to MotoBags attachment system. And on the right side we've got the brand new Rackless system, which is focused specifically off the GS at the moment, and the 850, the 1250 and the 1200, the 750 as well. So as their questions were coming in, I got a feeling of what people were asking and the requirements that they needed. So I made this flow chart to explain it a bit better when I'm not there to explain it to you or reply to your emails you want to answer quick. So on the product pages for the MotoBags and the Rackless MotoBags, check out this, scroll down and check out this flow chart, and it should answer your questions. What kind of riding do you do? That's the first question we ask. There's two options here. There's street riding only or street riding and off-road. So first off, if you do off-road riding and street riding, then we recommend the racked quick release MotoBags. It's because they're much stronger than the Rackless MotoBags because they use more points. The Rackless MotoBags uses 3 points, and the racked MotoBags uses racked. It has that whole stainless steel frame or steel frame that protects the bike and protects everything. So it has a lot more connection points to the bike, and then it uses itself as a nice stable rigid point to attach the bags to, and it has more attachment points on the bag as well, and it just can take way more beating. So that's the idea is with the quick release MotoBags is they are designed to go off-road, and they are designed to take a few falls and protect your gear inside and also protect the bike. But with the Rackless system, there's only 3 attachment points that we can actually use. So if you do more street riding, then the next question is, do you have a BMW motorcycle? And if not, you don't have a BMW, then we recommend using the racked MotoBags. If you do have a BMW, you have 3 bikes to choose from here. If you do not have a standard GS 1200, 1250, if you do not have a BMW 1250 or 1200 Adventure, and you do not have a F850 and F750, then we recommend that you take the racked quick release system. If you do have one of these bikes, then listen up. I'll explain a little bit about which option that you should choose on checkout. So if you have a standard 1200 or 1250 GS, just the standard one, and it's got the Vario compatible passenger foot pegs, then we recommend you select the Rackless MotoBags for the 1200 and the 1250 GS. There's a 31 litre and 38 litre. And that'll fit that bike. If you have this bike, if you have the standard GS but you have the rack compatible passenger foot pegs, then you'll need to buy from BMW the Vario passenger foot pegs, or you could select the package here, which is the Rackless MotoBags BMW R1250 1200 GS Adventure version. And the difference between these two packages is simply that we include a passenger foot peg adapter into the package that we send out to you, and then you can use this adapter to fit onto this passenger racked compatible passenger foot peg, and you're good to go. So there's no need to go and buy the OEM one from BMW. Yeah, so if you have a BMW 1250 or 1200 Adventure, then you generally should have a rack compatible passenger foot peg. And this is because when you order that bike, it comes often with the luggage system as well, and they change out the passenger foot peg and they put the rack compatible passenger foot peg onto the bike. So when you get it, you have a different passenger foot peg than the normal GS guys. So you've got 2 options basically. You can go for the OEM look and just buy it from BMW, change out the passenger foot peg, or you can just order the package here, which is our Rackless MotoBags package for the Adventure version of the GS 1250 1200, and we include an adapter plate for that. So you just have to release some bolts, remove the racks, take off the passenger foot pegs and put our adapter on, and that gives you the Vario compatible setup. If you don't have a 1200 or 1250 and you have an F850 or an F750, most of the time they come with the Vario compatible passenger foot peg. This foot peg is standard, but if you order the upgrade luggage kit from BMW, what they're going to do is they're going to change out that passenger foot peg. So if you do have that passenger foot peg that's for the racks and the racks compatible, then you have only one option, and that is to ring up your local BMW dealer and ask for the Vario compatible passenger foot pegs. Then check out with the Rackless MotoBags for F850 or F750, and then you're good to go. That's the information that you need to decide on which MotoBags you should choose, either the racked or the rackless system. But essentially, if you're going more off-road, then go for the racked system. If you're doing mostly road, then do the rackless system. That's the kind of workflow that you can use to decide on which MotoBags is best for you. So just quickly going over what the Rackless is, essentially it fits onto the BMW F850, 750, 1250 and 1200 up to from 2013 onwards till 2023. So this is how it goes in. The foot goes in, then you do the two hooks, you close the latch, and underneath it locks it in place. At this stage here, you can actually just ride off, and if you want that extra bit of security, you can use the key to lock that in place. So let's have a look at the actual connection points on the bike. So on my last video, I showed this slide and there was a few questions about it. They wanted more clarification. So here we go. On the top here, you have this top row here is essentially what you receive if you have racks on your BMW 1250, 1200, 850 or 750. These are rack compatible passenger foot pegs. This is for the 1250 and 1200, and this one here is for the 750 and 850, and these are working together with the racked system. The bottom two here are for the Vario compatible system from BMW. Essentially, you're good to go with these. You can just put on the rackless system. If you have these on your bike and no racks, then you're good to go. You can just put this the rackless system onto your bike. If not, if you have this 1250 passenger foot peg, we include an adapter. If you buy the adventure package, or you can go to BMW and order the Vario compatible passenger foot pegs like the below, but you don't need to. We supply a plate that goes in the adapter kit that goes onto your bike, so you're good to go. You just need to remove the racks. So in short, if you have the 1250 or the 1200 and you have this passenger foot peg, you are good to go. The Rackless MotoBags will fit out of the box onto your bike. If you have this passenger foot peg, then if you order the adventure package that we offer, then it comes with an adapter and you can just adapt this passenger footrest to work with the Rackless MotoBags. And for the 850s and 750s, if you have this passenger foot peg, then you're good to go as well. You can just put the Rackless MotoBags straight on your bike and you can start riding straight away. But if you have the other racked style passenger foot peg there, then you'll need to go to BMW and buy the Vario compatible passenger foot peg. So now we'll talk about how the racked version works on your bike. Let's look at the help documentation that I made. So essentially you need custom racks for your bike. There's so many different bikes out there, we can't make all the racks for them and keep them updated. So if you have racks for your bike, if you buy the MotoBags, then you may have to adapt the MotoBags to fit those racks. Made it super adaptable. They fit most racks. They just have to be 80 millimeters tubing, and then the tolerances, which I'll show you in a minute. If you have a GS BMW OEM racks, then they come out of the box to fit. So for the way they work, there's two hooks at the bottom and there's a latch at the top which comes down, locks in over the bar, and there's two brackets on the side here which stop the motion from going forward and backwards, so it doesn't fly off the back of your bike. That's pretty much it. For the offset version, if you have an offset like a muffler and the racks are bent, then what you can do is there's an offset side, and this basically pushes out the offset over those racks so you can connect to the rack as well. So if you have two flat racks left and right, then you just remove this and put this latch system onto the back plate here. So it's quite adaptable. Essentially, we can use these slots here to move this latch anywhere in the back here, and these rack bumpers. They can move in and out. They're quite adaptable, up and down any of these slots here. And also for the hooks at the bottom, they can also be adapted and changed to fit those racks that from other manufacturers. So that's quite versatile. There's a video, I'll leave a link to the description down below, of how that actually fits. I go through step by step of how to adapt that to your bike. So about the racks, which racks work for you, this is basically it. So it has to be a minimum of 209 millimeters and a maximum of 380 and a height of 180 and minimum, and a maximum of 230. If your racks are not inside these tolerances, or they've got a weird shape or something like this, we do include a set of pucks per side, and those pucks can make the MotoBags fit onto any rack basically. Double check, email us and ask us. We get emails all the time about strange peculiar racks, so we have a bit of a library and a bit of knowledge on which ones work. But essentially we do include pucks into the bag, which make the MotoBags fixed, so you can't remove them. But you can remove all the stuff inside with the red inner bags. So that's another option, and essentially the last option. So you've got three options. You've got the Rackless, which just come out. You've got the quick release MotoBags, which I've just explained to you here, which go on racks, any racks, and then you've got the fixed option, which needs racks as well, but it's more, they fit most racks basically. So that's it. I hope that clarified a lot for you. If it didn't, if you need more info, do email us. I'll leave the contact link in the description down below, and we'll help you as quick as possible. Thanks, and catch you soon.